Should our private parts always be mentioned in regards to how they desire to be pleased and teased? I mean, people, that's not all there is to you and me. We desire so much more than the quick thrust to characterize how we want our mates to do us. What we really should be confronting is our lusting and thrusting without the trusting. Yeah, they may make us go ooh and oh all night long, but truly, to whom do they belong? Are they with me and you and making our friend go ooh and all too, calling both if not more their boo? Don't get it twisted and don't miss this. AIDS is running rampant, so think twice before you clamp it. Your legs and thighs you claim you won't raised high towards the sky? Well, you better pray they weren't with Ray, Riri, or Bye last night, because this down low business is real. And it's not about how good their instrument feels and how they ooh and ah give us thrills. See, I'm just keeping it real. Ladies, real men aren't trying to slide our thong to the side so that we can take a ride. They want to know that something dwells deeper inside, and not the cavity in which we menstruate, but whether we can communicate on levels higher than his in our waist. Yes, sex can be great, but these men have had more against the walls, doors, and floors that they don't want a whore. They want more. So mine and yours really isn't all that special. Really, it's just another hole. The difference, though, is when there's a connection of spirit and soul. And the real goal is for him to be your one and only, and you his one and only. Tight homies, friends to lovers, daddies to mothers. Him being a real man, asking for your hand and not your hand in head to his growings. Ladies, we've got to get to know him. We are so much more than that. And real men know that too. But first, we've got to change our perception of me and you. There's nothing wrong with being in tune with our sexuality, but we got to use some humility. This advice I'm giving you can take or leave, dismiss or receive. But believe me, a man is not always thinking about our vessels in which we have, which are made to conceive. These men have the capacity to wait. We can't keep giving up our precious jewels on the first, second, and third date, because the minute we wind up late, most of them will hightail it like a racehorse through a gate. They're not trying to jump a broom, so we cannot assume that because they enter our room that they'll become our groom. Their looks, talk, and job may look and sound good, but we better check their being and doing what they should before we allow them up under our hood. See, too many of us have been on abortion and delivery tables because of quick relationships that were not stable, due to being unable to contain these fleshly desires, and see, we end up burned. And no, I'm not talking with fire. We've got to think. We cannot continue to fall hook, line, and sinker. We've got to be thinkers. And we got to teach our children to, because they're looking for examples in me and you, watching and listening to everything we say and do. We better catch the clues. Take a peep on their Facebook, Instagram, and Kick.com. Listen to what they're feeding their minds on iPods and TVs and CD-ROMs, then look in the mirror. That's where it comes from. And it's not that they're dumb. It's just that they need role models as dads and role models as moms. And if we're going to talk about private parts, let's show and tell them how to keep them clean. Let's tell them how virginity is God's plan and a real mate's dream. That no one wants to see their mate all sloppy, doped, and loud, but one who can stand elegantly and proud in a crowd. We need to let our daughters know that having women friends are great, because we can both relate. But a woman doesn't have to be her mate. And to our sons, that having male friends are fine, but his homeboy doesn't need to hit him from behind. And I know you're probably wondering if I'm a hater of gays, but that is not the message I'm trying to convey. What I am trying to say is, if we plan on keeping our generations flowing, we've got to develop a deeper knowing of God's will for our lives. The vows once said, I now pronounce you husband and wife. And see, many of us who were married need to apologize for sending unclear messages our children's way that make them stray here and there and everywhere in disobedience every day. See, it's not about how long and how deep it goes, but we've got to take responsibility not to give our love to everyone we know, to take it slow, take time to grow. Let our children just be kids. Give them examples of what we did so that they can learn from our mistakes. Because in order to eat, they're going to have to bake their cake. See, I can lead you too, but I can't make you drink. But like I said, I come so that you don't have to sink. See, with this poem, I extend a hug. Whether you are gay, straight, prep, or thug, we are all God's children who need correction and love. And I'm not trying to criticize or shut anyone down, but change has got to come if we plan on staying around. We have rich history to share and wisdom to pass. But if we keep misappropriating the vaginas, penises, and behinds, our future generations, well, they will not last. Peace.